The landscape of WWE Premium Live events is entirely different in 2024 compared to even just as far back as 2022. Because now it is incredibly difficult to get a match on a WWE Premium Live event because the WWE is only booking 4, 5, top 6 matches on a single show. You compare that to a previous regime that used to routinely book Premium Live events with 9, 10, 11, 12 matches. And you can quickly see how difficult it is to get a match on a WWE Premium Live event in today's WWE. Now, this does mean that Premium Live events are shorter and do feel a little bit more impactful because it's the culmination of the biggest, most important feuds happening on WWE TV. But on the other hand, it also means that shows like Raw and SmackDown are actually getting meaningful feuds that start and end on Raw and SmackDown. Because before, those matches, even if they weren't main event worthy, were also being paid off at WWE Premium Live events. That's not the case anymore. So in today's video, we're gonna go over some matches that I think in a previous regime would have deserved to be on the Bad Blood 2024 match card. Now, I'm not saying that these need to be added to the Bad Blood 2024 match card. I'm just saying that under a previous regime, they likely would have been added to Bad Blood 2024. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm confident that you're gonna fall in love with his YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. All right, folks, let's jump into it. I feel like I should preface this by saying that I am recording this before the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, scheduled to take place right before Bad Blood. So it is entirely possible that this match has already been announced by the time that you're watching this video. And I'm talking about Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It is a bit surprising that this match hasn't been announced for Bad Blood, let alone hasn't actually been announced for any show, because Gunther hasn't agreed to have a match with Sami Zayn. However, when I just look at things on paper, when you look at the stars that are involved, Gunther and Sami Zayn are huge names that are absolutely worthy to be on a WWE Premium Live event. The reason for the match, the World Heavyweight Championship, is absolutely a big enough reason to be included in a WWE Premium Live event, and the fact that they've been building this up for the entirety of the month of September would just scream that you would pay this off at a WWE Premium Live event, mainly Bad Blood. Again, I might just be wasting your time because it's possible that this has already been announced, because there are rumors that this is going to be a last-minute addition to Bad Blood, but this hasn't been the case. I also feel like this is an incredibly necessary match to have on Bad Blood. I do like the Bad Blood match card, but there's something that is very glaringly missing from this show, and that's the absence of any men's titles on the show. None of the world titles are on the line, none of the tag titles are on the line, and none of the mid-card titles are on the line. So I feel like this needs to be a match to give the people in attendance and the people watching at home a match with valuable stakes for the men. Then again, Monday Night Raw has been wanting to save these championship matches for Monday Night Raw. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe they want to save this for when Monday Night Raw goes to 2 hours to tell the world, hey, just because we're going down to 2 hours doesn't mean that the show is any more or less valuable. You should still watch Monday Night Raw because we could give you banger, huge matches like Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the world title. It's possible that that's the route that they go. But again, I just sort of look up and down and I feel like this match should be and is most needed on a show like Bad Blood. Next up, this one might ruffle some feathers because this is an opinion, and I'm talking about Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE Undisputed Championship match that took place in a steel cage during the debut of SmackDown on USA. First of all, this match was absolutely fantastic. Easily, and it's not even close, Solo Sikoa's best match on the main roster and one of Cody Rhodes' most entertaining title defenses as well. And I do believe that under any other circumstance that this would have been the Bad Blood match, but WWE wanted to have a major, huge match announced for their inaugural episode of SmackDown on the USA Network. So I'm also not surprised that they used this match for that show. But I'm just saying, I feel like this match actually makes more sense to be a Bad Blood match compared to what we actually have, which is the weird team up of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to take on the Bloodline. That still to me doesn't really make any sense, especially for what's considered to be a B-tier show, which I guess I'm fine with B-tier shows getting these huge matches. I just feel like, I don't know, this one just sort of made more sense. I weirdly think that a team up of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns kind of fits more for a Saudi show, which is what you had upcoming at Crown Jewel. I don't know, I'm just saying. But this match fucking ruled. It was an awesome match, huge stakes on the line, and even the post-match angle was kind of WrestleMania worthy with Roman Reigns coming out to confront the Bloodline and helping Cody Rhodes. That could have been a great place to set up the build to this current tag team match that is announced for Bad Blood at Crown Jewel. I just think that things are kind of out of whack because of the USA Network wanting that big match to happen on the USA Network. But again, I feel like under any other context, this would have actually been the Bad Blood match, not the tag team match that's currently announced. By the way, this is the only match that I have on here that involves people that are actually on the Bad Blood match card. Everyone else from here did not make the card at all.
Oh my God, bro, the pop!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh,
Nice!
Oh my God!
On the run.
Oh!
Just a lot of just.
That was a sneak peek of this week's Wrestling is Cool Match Club, which is available exclusively over on patreon.com/Santizak. This week, we're looking at The Rock versus Mankind, the one with that legendary Stone Cold return. We have an Ultimate X match between the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money from TNA back in 2010. We're looking at a recent women's classic between Mercedes Moné and Stephanie Vaquer and AEW's Forbidden Door 2024. And we have two Hell in a Cell matches for you this week, starting with The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar from No Mercy 2002. This one's a gem. And a recent fan favorite between the Usos and the New Day in a tag team Hell in a Cell match in 2017. Not only will you get the Match Club matches, but you're also getting the weekly Royal Rumble reviews that we're doing, the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, and you're going to get the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days earlier than everywhere else. So if you want all of that extra content that is just not available here on YouTube and never will be, head on over to patreon.com/Santizak. I'm confident that if you even give it just 1 month that you're gonna fall in love with it. Seriously, everybody that signs up to the Patreon absolutely loves it. Give it a shot. But that's it. All right, back to the video. How about this? The last monster standing match between Big Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. Again, I'm making this before this match actually happens, so it's possible that this match ended up being a giant piece of crap, a heaping metric butt ton of ass juice, but the buildup sure as shit hasn't been. It's been one of the most entertaining mid-card feuds on Monday Night Raw. To me, this is what's making Monday Night Raw like the must-see show at the moment, in my opinion. The storyline has been fantastic. It's got wrinkles in it as well, because at any moment, Seth Rollins could come back to take out Big Bronson Reed. At any minute, you could have The Miz get himself involved with what's going on with Karrion Kross. But more than anything, these guys are just destroying everything that is around them. That awesome parking lot brawl that they had that ended with the tsunami through like the top of the car. The backstage brawl that they had that resulted in them like going through a wall. Like all of what they have done has just been genuinely fantastic. The destruction of the ring, the yeeting of the fan. This has been such an entertaining feud that, again, under previous storylines and previous regimes, I should say, you wouldn't be getting this payoff on free TV. They would have paywalled this and put it on Bad Blood. I'm happy it's not on Bad Blood because I feel like I want the wider WWE universe, the millions of people that watch Monday Night Raw that maybe don't have access to Bad Blood, to get the payoffs to these storylines that they've been building up predominantly on shows like Raw and SmackDown. And to me, this is one of those premier mid-card Raw exclusive storylines that deserves to be paid off on Monday Night Raw. So again, I'm not saying that, hey, what's going on? This should be on Bad Blood, not on Raw. I like the fact that it's on Raw. I'm just saying that in terms of storyline and build up, this deserved to be considered to be on Bad Blood at the very least. You have to agree. Here's another one, the Intercontinental Championship match between the champion Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. And this might be the power of hindsight, but I feel like this earned the Bad Blood spot purely because of how insane the outcome was. But then again, the fact that it's on Monday Night Raw made that insane outcome feel even more more insane. So I do believe that this felt right at home on a random episode of Monday Night Raw. But under previous regimes, this 1000% would have been on Bad Blood. They wouldn't have given you this on free TV. You have Braun Breaker, a guy that's been on like a handful of previous WWE premium live events leading into this, like SummerSlam and Money in the Bank. You have Jey Uso, one of the biggest stars, biggest baby faces in the entire company, and you have a title that has a lot of prestige based on the lineage that it's had over the last little while, and you kind of just have yourself a recipe for a match that traditionally would have just been paid off at a WWE premium live event, not on Monday Night Raw. Was there a great, amazing story and build up to this? I would say no. I feel like the build up to it wasn't fantastic, more than anything because you didn't fully know who was going to be Braun Breaker's opponent until like only 2 weeks before the match. So this didn't get like a whole month of these two hating each other. It was really only a week to build up and then the match. But god damn it, the match was fantastic. And two, the result is going to be a result that we talk about for an incredibly long time. It's also a result and something that WWE fans have been clamoring for so long, which is why it's so shocking that this big thing that fans have been asking for the better part of a year was paid off on free TV instead of a premium live event. I think that that's fucking awesome. This, on the other hand, I would have loved for this to be on Bad Blood. Any Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade match, because I feel like the buildup has been something that has created a grudge, something that has created bad blood between these two. And it just sort of works well with the moniker of the WWE Premium Live event that we're currently building towards. If I had my way, it would my way. It's my way, or the highway. Sorry, wrestling brain rot. I would have had Game 7 be at Bad Blood. I feel like it'd be too quick to build up to that considering they just had Game 6. But if the plan was always to do a Game 7 series, you should have planned better and Game 7 should have absolutely been on Bad Blood. This kind of goes against about what we've been talking about with, for example, Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, where they started the feud on Raw and they built the feud on Raw and ended it on Raw because they started the feud on SmackDown, built it up on SmackDown, and maybe there is an argument to be said that the feud should end on SmackDown. But because of the context of Bad Blood, the fact that this has become such a grudge-filled, hate-filled feud as the matches go on, I just felt like it would have been right at home on Bad Blood. I also think that if there's any two performers that have earned a premium live event spot based on making something work and just having awesome matches and great work, it's this feud. It's these two right here, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I do think that at this point, if they're not going to do it on Bad Blood, don't have Game 7 at Crown Jewel, don't have Game 7 at Survivor Series, do it on SmackDown. That's where it deserves to be, if not on Bad Blood. Okay, so here's one that was just such a surprise treat out of nowhere. That being the match that we just recently had on the September 16th episode of Monday Night Raw between Io freaking Sky and Bianca Belair, two cornerstones of the women's main event scene, albeit they're not in the main event scene right now. They're both doing Skyrim side quests in the tag team division, but these are like two uber main eventers that could win Royal Rumbles, it could headline WrestleManias for the women's division, and they just put them together in a free, amazing, by the way, match on Monday Night Raw. What a fucking treat. I'm good with this having just been on Monday Night Raw. I'm happy that this was an impromptu, unannounced match that happened on the fly. I'm cool with all of that. I'm just saying that under previous regimes, you wouldn't have gotten this for free. It would have either been a screwy roll-up disqualification finish to build up to an actual match at a PLE, or it just wouldn't have happened in the first place. On top of that, every single time that we get Io Sky and Bianca Belair, it's at a PLE. We had it at Backlash 2023, the cash-in at Money in the Bank. We had like the lead up to like both Survivor Series matches, the Crown Jewel match last year. Like, this is just like what they do. These are two main event caliber players that if you put them together, 9.999 out of 10 times, usually it's in a premium live event environment. But with little to no build and the fact that this was just to enhance a tag team feud, I mean, it's great for the tag team feud. That's awesome. It was great for all us viewers of Monday Night Raw. But just on the talent alone, you could have made an argument that, yeah, you have to have this on a PLE. You got to build to it. but I am happy that they didn't. So I feel like you could just say that the episode of Friday Night SmackDown before a PLE is part of the PLE, because they keep building to these awesome episodes of SmackDown right before PLEs, and they have PLE caliber feuds ending on those shows and PLE caliber matches in terms of quality. It happened in the lead up to Money in the Bank with DIY winning the tag titles. It happened in the lead up to SummerSlam where the Bloodline won the tag titles. And it's happening again, and this time in something that could end up being, if done properly, the match of the goddamn year, folks. That's the Bloodline defending their WWE tag team titles against the Street Profits and DIY in a free ladder match. Heck, if you really wanted to, like, Meechin and Chelsea Green have been doing a pretty fun job of building their feud, and that's being paid off on this episode as well in their trash fight, whatever it is. I'm sure it'll be amazing, but this right here, it has all of the tools in place to be the best match of the year in terms of quality. And I don't think that any of you would think that I'm exaggerating on that point either. SmackDown has been doing such a great job of booking the tag titles. They have, like, especially when you compare it to the doldrums that is Monday Night Raw, because it happens every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown before a PLE where we get an awesome tag team match or the culmination of an enjoyable tag team feud, and it's happening again. I just love that the Tongans have the tag titles because by proxy, they're elevating DIY and the Street Profits to be quasi main event adjacent, because these two as tag champions come down to the tag team division, actually have storylines with the tag teams, have matches with the tag teams, but then are also directly involved in the biggest main event feud. Something that they should be replicating with the goddamn Judgment Day, but they're not. So again, I say these episodes of Friday Night SmackDown may as well be just like the pre-show of the PLE, because it's been the case a time after time after time. So you could kind of say that this already is a PLE match. Hey, don't sleep on the great little micro feud that Sheamus and Pete Dunne had on Monday Night Raw that culminated again in a really fun match on that fantastic September 16th episode of Monday Night Raw. And Pete Dunne won, which is so nice. The match was quality. The buildup was like numerous weeks, time after time, these two just beating the piss out of each other in the ring, outside of the ring, in the back. To me, just like that Andrade and Carmelo Hayes feud, this had, at the very least, the context of the storyline, a bad blood feel, with Pete Dunne just sort of feeling this hatred and resentment, dare I say, bad blood towards Sheamus. Out of all of the matches and storylines, I'd say that this is perhaps the weakest argument that I have. But again, had this been a 12-match card, a 9-match card, a 10-match card, I guarantee you that under previous regimes, this would have been paid off at Bad Blood, not given to you for free on just an episode of Monday Night Raw. And let's wrap this up with the 8-person mixed tag team street fight between American Made and the Wyatt Six. So there's a couple of reasons why I actually think this should have actually been on Bad Blood, not on Monday Night Raw, even though it was a lot of fun on Monday Night Raw. And again, it was USA WWE week, so they wanted these big matches. So I understand why it happened on that episode, but I actually think that this shouldn't have happened on Raw. This should have happened at Bad Blood. And I got a couple reasons. The first one is Bad Blood's like WWE's only October WWE premium live event. It's spooky month, and it doesn't get more Halloweeny, more spooky than the Wyatt Six. Just in terms of aesthetic and the vibe of Bad Blood, they would have just fit so damn well. And then there's the actual story and the feud, because these guys have been feuding for a really long time. And the feud started off with blood, with everyone believing that Chad Gable was murdered as he was left bloodied in the back. So again, more things correlating to it just sort of feeling right at a place like Bad Blood. And it was months worth of build to this match, and it was a solid build in my opinion. Not only was it a fun build, but it was a really fun match with a fantastic stipulation attached to it as well, which again, a street fight just sort of fits the Bad Blood moniker. They also didn't give us the Wyatt Six at SummerSlam. They didn't give them to us at Bash in Berlin. We haven't seen the Wyatt Six get that premium live event glitz, a glitz that I think they absolutely deserve based on their already amazing presentation. Again, I'm watered at the mouth just thinking at how awesome a PLE at Bad Blood entrance for the Wyatt Six would have been. And then you tack on a great match with a great set of heels, with a great stipulation. Folks, this one actually should have been on Bad Blood. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching this video. This is your chance to agree or disagree down in the comments below. But that's it. I'm done. Get out of here.